Can Chris Tillman pitch much better than that?
Yeah. We've seen him pitch better than that, but I tell you the truth, I didn't think Chris was carrying his normal stuff. Real testament to him and Matt. He, when you can put 3 or 4 pitches in hitter's head that you can throw for a strike, you can get by on some nice, and that's the testament to a good pitcher. So, to get through, give us a good chance to win without carrying, what we've seen him carry.
It's been so good defensively. I mean, is this just one of those games where you just have a rough inning and ends up?
Well, they pitched real well too. There wasn't. We had one real good opportunity, but you better cash them in. Their bullpen through thick and thin has been pretty solid last few years, and if you're close to, if they've got a lead after the 6th or 7th inning, they're gonna make it tough on you, which they did tonight.
All not carrying, obviously.
Well, that's the other part of it. We hit, Chris just missed a couple. I thought Matty just missed his. Jonathan just missed one, and there was one other one. Adam just missed one. So some days those fall on the warning track, but it's a testament to their stuff. Didn't quite allow us to square it up all the way and get through it, but there was a fine line there.
When you get an inning like that, and guys like Scope and Flaherty who don't have a whole lot of service time, I guess, do you talk to them after an inning like that? Do you kind of leave it alone? Does it fall under the?
No, they timing's everything. That's certainly not the time. We talk to all our guys a lot, but when the game starts, it's time to focus on that. There's not. If you're doing a lot of coaching, a lot of talking during the game, you probably hadn't done your work beforehand.
It seemed like the wind was holding some balls up. It felt like a couple of guys hit the ball really hard, but just couldn't get it out. What was your thoughts on that, Bud?
Yes, just what we answered. We just answered that. Yeah. But that's they were playing in the same conditions. They didn't change when we hit and when they hit. So like they hit a couple balls I thought that normally would have carried further too. I think Adam ran down a couple. So that's. Through the years, when you look out on that column, it says error. If you're leading that one on the bad side of it, you usually don't like your chances. And when you play at this level, there's a fine margin of error. But just had 2 or 3 things we didn't execute, and they really get magnified in a game that both pitchers are pitching that well.
Look, you talk a lot about Chris obviously graduating and maybe taking that next step. I mean, over his 3 outings, that was early, but from what you've seen from him as a whole there, I mean, is he doing that?
Yeah, well, so far, it's always, Chris will be first to tell you, it's always a challenge around every corner. What happens this time doesn't mean that's going to happen. That's why we go to the games, and you never know what's going to happen out there. But he's kind of picked up where he left off last year, and I really pitching him on his regular rest. I was going to shorten him up if I could tonight in a perfect world, but his last 3 innings were probably as crisp as you could get, and another time in the season I might have allowed him to try to finish that. But Webby needed to throw tonight, and Zach needed to pitch tonight. Jim Presley sent home for a game. He's sick, throwing up. We got this bug going around. It's like everybody's had. Brian Mattis had it today. It's taking about 2 guys out a day now, it seems like. What?
I was just going to ask why Britton, is that your normal MO to bring a guy in for a third of an inning? It didn't seem like it.
In his situation, yes, because he hadn't had a ball in his hand, and it would have been 4 days, and I want to keep him close to the ball. And I'm not sure about Brian Mattis' status tomorrow, so I don't want to extend Zach too far, so I can have him in case Brian's not able to go tomorrow.
Thank you.
Was Mattis here? Was Mattis up here?
Never made it here. I just texted him after the game. There was some talk about if they didn't get better to keep him in the hospital tonight, but I don't know where we are with that yet. But he never made it in. He was up all night and went to emergency room. I think Press is headed there too. When I left him about 6:30, we got him out of here. If Brian looks anything like Jimmy did, so there's a lot of pressure on Anar tonight. Okay, thank you.